10 of the NFL on EA Sports.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. The first carry down for Dalvin Cook. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
Brings up 3rd.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, Tannehill. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. It's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out. 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. On the ground, this is Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
At the 36-yard line.
Shotgun now for Wentz. That's pulled in by the rookie from USC, Michael Pittman. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Now a run with Cook. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call.
Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Cook following the penalty. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
At the Buccaneers' 49-yard line.
On 2nd down, Cook. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
From the 50, it's Tannehill. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th. Running for it, here's Cook. And he gets it to the 34, good enough for the first. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Good spot on the field to go for it, kind of no man's land as they call it, and it worked out.
Yeah, they call it no man's land because your punter is telling you it's too short. I'm just going to punt it into the end zone. Your field goal kicker might give you a little raised eyebrow, might be too far for the field goal, so it gives you a great chance to go for it. Personally, If you have those tendencies to be aggressive as a head coach, you kind of like this spot because it gives you the decision to go ahead and go for it when you want to anyway.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll try the air now with Tannehill. And oh, it'll be intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas.
Tannehill's pass.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. The head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
2nd and 9.
The numbers for Mixon last week, 17 carries, 127 yards.
Well, he's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
And a
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Wentz now on first down. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins.
Wentz's pass.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
It's 2nd and inches at their 49-yard line.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of
6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Working from the gun, Wentz. Throw right side, going to be caught by Waller. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Roughing the passer, defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. After the penalty, it's Mixon. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
This defense is really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
He'll run it. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Wentz on the move to his left. And now he's going to, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Carson Wentz, his 17th touchdown now on the season, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Not the first time on this drive we saw him take matters into his own hands, and this time he finishes things off with a touchdown run.
You're not going to be happy with me, but I think he took matters into his own feet, didn't he?
Oh, Davis from the top rope. I like it. Taken in at the 3. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. And he's closing in on that number that all running backs circled beginning of the year, the number 1,000. Could do it on this drive.
And you have to think to yourself that this moment, getting to this spot, it started in the offseason, right? Not just the workouts, right? Not just getting yourself physically prepared to play, but mentally, as well as your team, as well as your unit, head coach, offensive coordinator. We run the football. We give you opportunities. He's taking advantage of it.
And when you get this close to the mark, you just hope things don't tighten up, right? You probably want to get there and get it in your rearview mirror.
You really do, don't you? Because now it becomes predominant, and you wonder about play calling as well. Do you want to call plays to get that out of the way, or are you still calling plays to win the game first? That becomes the burden of the play caller.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one, or does he find a way to pull?
And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well, and they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
4-yard line.
Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. He and his team, they have had a rough go of it here in this first half. Maybe time for him to put his foot down here in the second quarter.
Put his foot down and become a little more accurate throwing the football. He's already thrown 2 interceptions. He's trying to find a way to equal things out. And instead of it going...
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Carolina. Dalvin Cook, 76 yards. And the Panthers strike quickly here for 6 points. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get him in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed, because let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're starting to put some space here. You know, first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. This second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
And it brings up 3rd down.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the... And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Good head-down running on the return. Gets about 15 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now, leading his offense back out there. I think this crowd not really sure what to make of things. Their guys have not looked very good. Their leader here at the top, he hasn't looked that great either.
And most of the time you hear guys talk about how they don't let the crowd affect them or they block it off. Well, that's not really fully true because a lot of the times you ride the wave of emotion with the crowd when it's positive for you. In this case, they've got to find a way to shake it off and at least get something done to maybe put the crowd back on their side.
Absolutely. Give these guys something to cheer about. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. And brought in by the tight end Cook.
Good for a Carolina.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35. A gain there of 21 yards. That's complete to Mostert out of the backfield. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Let's go.
Again, Tannehill eluding the pressure right. That's caught by his running back, Raheem Mostert. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 16. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And an incomplete pass.
Tannehill's pass.
That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. 2nd and 10. Tannehill once more. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the 2nd half.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. He's thrown for a touchdown. He also ran for a touchdown, so they have to count for a guy that can do a little bit of both.
And because of that, that puts a defense back on its heels. Because normally you just think, okay, he's going to throw the ball. Let's tee off, put a little extra pressure on him. But when he's able to either escape or run with the ball and design plays, that really changes what you try and do on defense.
Yeah, you certainly can't forget about the arm, that's for sure. Darren Waller, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
Waller, incomplete. Jeremy Chin on the coverage.
This time they stay on the ground. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Johnny Hecker now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brent.
And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So here are the Bucs to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On the keeper.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. To throw is Wentz. The toss here completed to Pittman.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So that one will be accepted. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
A gain of 13.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Throwing now is Wentz. He's got the first down inside the 10. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Touchdown.
Joe Mixon, his 11th touchdown of the year as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. Getting your back involved, what's the importance there in the passing game?
Well, oftentimes you can create mismatches because who's going to cover him, and you get him into space, which is where he likes to operate with the ball in his hands. Oftentimes makes people miss, gets that run after the catch, and off he goes.
And into the end zone.
You gotta be kidding me.
Oh, and you just can't do that. 15 yards on the roughing the kicker call.
Absolutely inexcusable. The kicker's in a defensive position, and he just gets taken out.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Tannehill on the crossing route, complete. That's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
At the 48-yard line.
To throw is Tannehill. That'll be complete to Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's Tannehill. He'll buy some time right. And complete right side to Cook. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Now Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. They go back to the ground, this time Mostert. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34.
34-yard line.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Completing it here to Marvin Jones. Touchdown, Carolina! Marvin Jones, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game. So now Tannehill leading his crew to the line to go for 2. Here's Tannehill. And he'll get in for the 2 points. And that'll cut the deficit down to just a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
Devontae Booker on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10. At their own 22.
Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Made by Bobby Okereke.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the 1st half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game. And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there, a jumbo package look. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Now, Brandon, that's the way you want to run the football. There should almost be quote bubbles above the offense right now. Bam, boom, biff. That's how they feel good about moving the football.
And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line.
Holding offense.
So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Sean Lee on the tackle. A gain of a yard. Brings up 3rd and
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And Cook has it, left side.
That's
And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
He was taken down.
Damon Harrison, the one on the stop.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
And he's got Lockett. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Tyler Lockett, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers have taken the lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Brett Maher is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Maher to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Throwing on first is Wentz. The rookie Michael Pittman, the intended receiver that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He gets this in the hands of Mixon. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense put pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
And a yard.
Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
Now a dump off here complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay.
Complete.
3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead.
Blankenship.
That is today's NFL, isn't it? If you're going to be a running back in this league, you've got to be complete to stay on the field, at least for those 3 downs we talk about. You've got to be able to catch it, which he's doing quite well in this one. 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, a little unconventional. He hasn't been able to cross the goal line as a runner, but as you say, twice as a receiver. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. Oh, a good return up past the 30. A really nice return all the way up to the 40, but hold everything. The flag down. You see it on your screen. This one looks like it's going to come back. So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
Tannehill on first down. He'll get this into the hands of Mostert. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards right off the bat with a first down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and we watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it a second down.
To Dalvin Cook.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth.
41-yard line.
So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down.
Gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
1st and 10 at the 30.
They run out of the shotgun with Mostert. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Number 31.
Counting down toward a minute to go in this football game.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. 1 yard gain.
Tannehill now to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook.
That's up.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. They'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. He's going to take off with it. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. This will be caught at about the 5. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining.
2nd and goal at the 5-yard line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's Tannehill. Flushed out right. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And it would appear, barring some late heroics, they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Is set to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Marr to kick it away. Now Devontae Booker to return it. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end.